on a small circular island, right off the coast of Schwerin Lake, you will come across this most unbelievable storybook castle. A castle which seems to float upon the water. However, you must know, it didn't always look this fabulous. What you see today took centuries in the making. Otherwise known as the Neuschwanstein of the North, Schwerin Castle is another one of Germany's most revered castles. The origins of the castle can be traced back to the year 973. When a fort was built by a Slavic tribe on the island, and served as a defensive structure all throughout the medieval period. After centuries of battles between Germanic tribes and the noblemen of the region, the island eventually fell under the rule of the dukes and grand dukes of Mecklenburg. By the 16th century, the reigning duke, Johann Albrecht I, felt he needed a more luxurious ducal residence. One that would better represent him. After all, over the years, his family had power over all the land, and had grown insanely rich. He realized this island, surrounded by a picturesque lake, would make a perfect location for his new home. Before long, the tribal fortress was no more. And in its place, rose a brand new Schwerin Castle. One that was not only for defense, but also for show and comfort. At some point during the 17th century, the castle acquired several Dutch Renaissance facades, and looked more like a mishmash of individual buildings. At the time, the court had moved into another palace further south. And so they were not all that concerned about its exterior. It had become a place they used only to house their art collection, as well as a tea house. But by 1843, the ducal residence had moved back to Schwerin. By then, the building was in a deplorable condition, and the incongruent architectural styles of the castle was a poor look for the court. Grand Duke Friedrich Franz II would not have any of it. He wanted a complete overhaul. And hired 3 architects to get the job done. Can you blame the fellow? If you were a Grand Duke, would you live in a castle looking like this? It wasn't until 1857 that the Grand Duke finally saw the completion of his magnificent new castle. The result is this expanded Fairytale castle that we see today. With a total of 365 turrets, and golden domed towers, reaching for the sky. Legend has it that it was one for each day of the year. There are also 5 wings to the castle, including 653 rooms of ducal splendor, a marble throne room with its gilded doors, fine weaponry, remarkable porcelain, precious paintings, and so much more. Designed by Peter Joseph Lenner and Jean Leger, the English country gardens take up the remainder of the island. They feature a grotto, arcades, terraces, and even an orangery, all connected to the mainland by 2 wonderfully ornate bridges. Schwerin Castle would go on to serve as the residence of the Grand Dukes of Mecklenburg-Schwerin, until the German Revolution in 1918, when the reigning duke was forced to abdicate. Following the end of the monarchy, the castle opened to the public as a state museum, symbolizing the region's history and cultural heritage. Today, not only is Schwerin Castle a museum, but since 1994, it has also served as the seat of the State Parliament of Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. As a popular tourist attraction, visitors have access to the grounds, as well as the Duke's quarters, which total approximately 12 rooms. And though the rooms are sparsely furnished, we assure you, the architectural detailing will not disappoint. Considered one of the most important works of Romantic historicism in Europe, Schwerin Castle is currently designated to become a World Heritage Site.